Well, it's another day of scorching heat, and it just seems like the numbers continue to climb. Some parts of our area have reached a whopping 103 degrees, and the triple-digit weather is expected to continue over the weekend. The extreme conditions are keeping several hospitals busy as doctors are seeing a significant number of heat-related cases.
You know, we have had a number of people coming through that have suffered from heat-related illnesses. Sometimes you find that with the heat, out there, people don't really they underestimate the effect that heat can have. So oftentimes, they don't hydrate well enough. They spend too much time out there. Sometimes people will decide to all of a sudden start exercising in the middle of a heat wave. I was here a few weeks ago when we had the children from the Blue Crab Stadium. So I was actually part of that and saw the direct effects of heat on children. So, the main thing is hydration is very important. Also, it's very important to consider, what the temperature is outside. There's a wet bulb reading that a lot of people refer to that's very helpful to look at from time to time. But the main thing is just making sure that you're safe.
And speaking of exercise, there's certainly nothing wrong with wanting to stay in shape, but a personal trainer says in this dangerous weather, it all boils down to timing.
I think it's just a big thing where people are misinformed. They're so excited about working out, they want to get in shape, but many times they just won't go about it the right way. So I would definitely suggest that they do all their exercise before 8 a.m. That's when you're going to find your best air quality. After that, you can just shut it down. You can do it inside. Definitely want to stay hydrated. If you're outside, wear light clothing. But I definitely want to suggest it. I mean, you're not going to only risk heat exhaustion, but you may even risk death. So you definitely want to stay inside.
Hush also recommends avoiding outdoor exercise at night because the ground is giving off extra carbon. He says it's best just to go to the gym and work out in the AC.
Good idea.
Yes.
Well, residents across the county are looking for ways to cool down as the weather continues to heat up. Health officials say senior citizens are at the greatest risk for heat-related illnesses, making daytime cooling centers a popular refuge for the elderly. CTV's Marquette Smith is at one of the visited locations with more.
Well, out of the about half dozen cooling centers here in the county, the one at Camp Springs is the most active. They have activities for the seniors 5 days a week, and today they're beating the heat with an old school jam session and some iced tea.
It really is hot, even in my home, and I got air conditioning.
Bernice Simmons has been working at the Camp Springs Senior Center for 14 years. Like others here who have come to cool off, she says even with air conditioning at home, her house still gets hot.
It's cool in here. The atmosphere is good.
Meanwhile, Tom Trikel visits the cooling center for the first time.
The heat here is worse than it is in Wisconsin.
The Midwesterner came with a friend to check out options for cooling off without being home alone.
During the day, if I have to go out, I get the car air conditioned first, and we go out to restaurants or occasionally a shop, make sure we get in and out in a hurry.
But one place he won't have to hurry is the cooling center. It's open for 6 hours a day, each weekday.
And as you see, they may be seniors, but they're active, and that's good. That means we can live a long time.
Now, the seniors in there are having a great time, but county health officials want to remind residents that this extreme heat is very dangerous. So if you don't have access to an air conditioner, please take advantage of one of the cooling centers around the county. They're free to residents. In Camp Springs, I'm Marquette Smith, CTV News.
This week, an additional cooling center opened in Forest Heights. It is located on the second floor of the town hall on Arifo Drive. Other locations include the new Carrollton Nutritional Center in Lanham and the Fairland Sports and Aquatic Center in Laurel. The community centers of Chilham, Pommel Park, and Hillcrest Heights also have cooling centers open to the public.